Guys, the annual event Solstice of Heroes is back. It begins next Tuesday, July the 30th, and will be here until August the 27th. Now, the big reason why you're going to want to do Solstice of Heroes this year on all three of your characters is to acquire the Majestic Armor set. Now, this armor set has been confirmed by Bungie to be available for pickup when Shadowkeep launches as Armor 2.0. Now, this is the new armor system that is launching in Shadowkeep, essentially meaning all of the armor that you currently have right now is going to be pretty much scrapped. Similar to what they did last year when we went from year 1 to Forsaken in terms of like mods and stuff, but the armor changes that are coming in Shadowkeep are going to be much more drastic in comparison. So for those that are wanting to get a leg up to have access to Armor 2.0 as soon as Shadowkeep launches, Solstice of Heroes is definitely going to be an event you're going to want to do on all of your characters. And there's a good chance I'll be doing this on both my PC account and my console account because I just haven't decided which one I'm going to take with me. I might just take both. I don't know. But let's get into this Majestic Armor set and what is being required. Because yes, it's got some lengthy requirements to obtain it. First up, there will be a new location called the European Aerial Zone. We actually got a glimpse of this in the Season of Opulence trailer, but essentially participating in this area will get us on track in obtaining the first armor set, which is actually the Drained Armor set. Now, these are the requirements for the Titan class, Hunter class, and the Warlock class. A lot of them require kills inside the European Aerial Zone and a number of activities to be completed elsewhere. Things like Gambit, Crucible, Strikes. While doing all of this, collecting certain orbs, whether they're solar orbs, void orbs, or arc orbs, will be required. And depending on the subclass that you're rocking, will generate those associated orbs. Now, the armor set that immediately follows the Drained Armor set is the Renewed Armor set. And this has a broad range of requirements, but we see things like finding chests inside of the European Aerial Zone, complete bounties, also completing daily or weekly challenges. The main thing to take away from this one for all of your characters, guys, you don't have to begin it right now, but you might want to start saving some of your bounties. That way you can turn them in for this requirement. Now, as far as the chests go inside of that European Aerial Zone, they are supposed to be hidden, but I am curious if we had like a ghost with like an EDZ detector, if it could actually detect those hidden chests or not inside of the European Aerial Zone. We'll probably try that out next week. Moving on though to the final set, which is the Majestic set, the requirements don't deviate for any of our classes here, as they will all require a completion of the Prestige Nightfall of a 200,000 score or better, complete playlist strikes with clanmates, completing Shattering Throne in Dreaming City with a fire team of 2 players or fewer, reset your Season 7 Valor rank in Crucible, and defeat challenging combatants throughout the system. Now, as far as like challenging combatants, I don't know which would be the fastest or even how many combatants we'll have to kill in order to complete that requirement, but I would assume that maybe the raid would be the fastest here. As far as resetting your Season 7 Valor, we actually have bonus Valor going on right now with Ironbender. So for those that are toughing it out in Ironbender, you're doing it for a good cause. I would get as close as you can to 2,000 in terms of Valor rank and just stop. Don't do anything. Wait until next week. That way when you get to the Majestic portion of this quest, you won't have to stay inside of Crucible for days on end to max out your Valor. Now, a few other things that you'll be getting from doing all this other Solstice stuff are Solstice packages, which will reward us rare and legendary gear, enhancement cores, and materials. I think these packages are going to be very important for those that are running low on materials. This, in combination with AFK and Forges, should get us a healthy amount of materials before Shadowkeep. Now, in order to open these Solstice packages, though, we'll need to combine them with Solstice key fragments. Now, I'm assuming these Solstice key fragments will be rewarded to us while we're doing the European Aerial Zone, but there's also a consumable called a Fragment Magnet, which will help in obtaining some of these Solstice key fragments, and it states that this consumable item attracts Solstice key fragments at an alarming rate. Whatever the case, another good reason to be doing Solstice next week, guys. You're going to get materials, you're going to get Majestic gear. We're also going to get access to Armor 2.0 gear as soon as Shadowkeep launches. A lot of good reason to be doing this. Oh, and on top of that, there's a Void Streak Sparrow that you'll gain access to upon collecting the Solstice Legendary Armor sets. Now, present from Eververse, though, there will be armor glows available for your Solstice gear, essentially giving all of our armor sets a lot more flair. But the biggest thing is that these armor glows will remain available even after Solstice of Heroes is over. Thank God, because we were all concerned that this glow effect will only last just for the event. Bungie likes to pull that card. No, this will continue even after the event is over. So for those that are looking to pimp their gear out, go right ahead. Now last but definitely not least, and something we're going to be covering as soon as it launches, Solar Week. Now this will essentially be like Arc Week, but instead of improving our Arc subclasses, it'll be improving our Solar subclasses. It states right here, many Solar subclass paths have been refreshed and improved. Now we don't have any details on what exactly is going to be done to our Solar subclasses, but it's speculated that August the 20th is when Solar Week will be launching. So leading into the last Iron Banner, essentially for the year. Burning Maul meta confirmed? Oh man, if only, right? So guys, that is pretty much your rundown for Solstice of Heroes. Again, it starts next week. I'll probably be putting out a guide next week when it launches. I'm really excited to see that this armor set is going to be transitioning into Armor 2.0 in Shadowkeep. That is the whole reason why any of us should be taking the time out to grind for this. Well, fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.